All right. I now call this March 23rd, 2026 meeting into order. We'll start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the Students' Union operates on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Neutral peoples. This land was promised as part of the Haldeman Tract, which was promised to the Six Nations, and we recognize our enduring presence of Indigenous peoples on this territory. I've received no regrets for today. As of right now, Director Anas, I believe, is going to be late, as well as Director Katab, I believe. Are there any conflicts of interest to declare? Oh, and Director Ward. Yeah, Director Ward as of right now. Okay. Can I have a motion that the Board of Directors adopt the agenda as presented? Motion by Director Murphy, seconded by Director Bilodeau. Any discussion? All right, we'll move to voting. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all those in favor? All right, motion passes 0-0-7. All right, now we'll move on to the meeting minutes approval. Actually, sorry, we'll do the adoption of the consent agenda first. So can I have a motion that the Board of Directors adopt the consent agenda as presented? Motion by Director Murphy, seconded by Director Bilodeau. Any discussion? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all those in favor? Motion again passes 0-0-7. We'll move on to the meeting minutes approval for the March 9th, 2026 meeting. Can I have a motion that the Board of Directors approve the March 9th meeting minutes? Motioned by Director Murphy, seconded by Director Zhao. Any discussion? All those opposed? Oh, sorry, Lulia, go ahead.
Yes. Hello everyone. It's just that there was a bit of a mistake with the meeting notes. It states that Director Anas was elected as vice chair, but it was Director O'Leary. So I would make a note that that should be corrected.
All right, we'll move forward to another motion and ensure that that's corrected then. So can I have another motion that with that correction being made where Director O'Leary was elected as vice chair? Can I get a motion that the Board of Directors approve that meeting minutes with the approved correction? Motion by Chair Habermichael, seconded by Director O'Leary. Any discussion on the matter? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all of those in favor? Motion passes 0-0-7. All right. We will move on to comments from the Chair of the Board and CGO. Chair Habermichael, you can take it away.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm joining you from online today. Acting co-chair, acting chair, Ferguson is doing well, so thank you. Okay, in terms of my comments, I just wanted to state that while the board was at the SU Gala on Friday, we did not win any awards, but it was fun, I'll tell you that. In terms of other comments, I do not really have a lot. Today we will be going through the board and chair reviews, so please be prepared for that. I hope you are. And other than that, I think that is all, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Last comment. I just came back from the SLL, from the Brantford SLL Student Life Levy meeting, and I think that was a successful meeting, at least. But that's about it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We'll move on to comments from the President and CEO. President Joby.
Thank you, Vice Chair Ferguson, for the opportunity. Hi, my lovely Board of Directors. It is truly a privilege to be surrounded by your presence and grace once again. I apologize for not being physically present at the last meeting, as I was cooped up by other responsibilities, but I'm here once again in the flesh to bequeath you with my presidential updates. We are in the weeks of galas and end of year events. As things wrap up, it is the time to celebrate and be appreciative of all of the things that have happened this year. So shout out to the board members that were at the Waterloo Volunteer Appreciation event last week. Apologies, Lulia, that the board didn't receive any awards, but in my mind, you guys are my favorite, or in my heart. But yes, we continue to have more volunteer appreciations, clubs, galas, end of year celebrations, etc. So again, looking forward to the next couple of weeks to really celebrate the amazing year that everyone at the institution has had. In terms of some hiring updates, the director for athletics and recreation committee has completed its first round interviews, and I'm hoping that at the next board meeting, I'm able to provide a more substantial update on the future of that position. But I am happy to at least announce that we have completed the first round of interviews for that role. I will also like to mention that the governance coordinator position is open. The deadline to apply to that position is this Sunday. So if you know anyone who is looking to work in that role, tell them to apply. We'd be happy to see them next year. In terms of committee work, to echo Lulia's earlier point, we had the Student Life Levy meeting earlier today, and it was the meeting where we went through the list of projects to approve them. And I also want to echo Lulia's sentiment of I am excited to see what is to come from those projects. In terms of some personal projects and fun things, in the last update that was provided, we had mentioned that our team was going to be serving at Wilf's. So we did that 2 weeks ago. We also served at the Belmont in Brantford last week on Thursday as well. Both were very successful events. We had a lot of fun. And I, on behalf of my team, just wanted to extend a quick thank you to our hospitality team who provided us with the opportunity to serve and work at our locations. Again, it was a lot of fun, and we're honestly going to see if we could do it one more time because it was that great. And one last thing I'd like to add, that was in my updates last time, but like to reiterate, I will be speaking at the toast to the classes today and tomorrow. So if you are a graduating Golden Hawk that is attending one of those toasts, I will see you there. And congrats on your soon to be graduation. But that is all from me today. Thank you guys kindly.
Amazing. Thank you very much, President Joby. I'm just before we move forward, I completely forgot, but we do have a direct inspection committee report that was submitted past when the agenda went out. So just before we continue on, could I also just amend the agenda? Yeah. I'd like to call for a motion to amend the agenda to include that DIC report as part of this meeting agenda. It should take no more than like 3-4 minutes. Motion by Chair Howden-Michael, seconded by Director Katab. Any discussion on the matter? Perfect. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all of those in favor? Motion passes 0-0 to 8 now. Perfect. All right, now we'll move on to ED Champagne for your comments.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to add to Ryan's very colorful updates, but some big ticket stuff that's coming down the pike is the food service contract is going to the next stages now. And there is one candidate that has submitted a proposal for that. So the meeting is tomorrow morning. I know that at the last meeting, there had been requested some information. So Luli, if you have questions on that after this, I'm happy to answer as many as I can. The AVP Ancillary and Student Services, Dan Dawson, is retiring in June this year. And the hiring of his successor starts officially tomorrow. So there's some consultations with HR and ultimately kind of identifying what that process looks like. So looking forward to participating in that, as it is a relationship between the university and the Students' Union that's pretty close, as it deals with, ironically enough, the food services process. So looking forward to that. Also coming up this week are Seagram consultations with some select people. I believe there's a group of about 10 to 12 undergraduate students that have been invited to be part of the consultations. I believe we have some board members that we've invited to that question mark.
Oh, this was the moment where we asked the board members, actually. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. we're looking for 2 board members to serve on that consultation, which is happening this Wednesday at what time again, Ryan? 2 to 3:30 p.m. And that's for the Seagram consultation. So it would make sense that it was mostly Waterloo students, since it's mostly Waterloo students that'll be impacted, but certainly not exclusive to them. So that's happening this Wednesday. And also, operationally, we will be working with our clubs department to work with the registrar's office. I don't actually remember what Mike Emery's full title is, but we'll just call it the registrar's office for now, as the university is looking to upgrade their booking software, which is something that we very much look forward to, because I'm sure, as you've all heard, room bookings, especially on the Waterloo campus, is a bit of a challenge. And they're looking to kind of upgrade and bring their processes into the 21st century, and we very much support that. So we will be having very select consultation with them to figure out what that process looks like and how the students union can best fit in. And then mostly been working very heavily on a couple of things that we will be discussing in camera, but looking forward to those conversations as well. And that's about it.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Anyone either on the net or in person that would like to sit on that consultation? Give a test. Okay.
Is it, you said 2 p.m.? Where is it? Like it's virtual. I could probably do that.
Yeah. And Chair Habit, Michael, do you also want to sit on that, you said?
I was gonna ask the timing. I do have a class on Wednesday from 1 to 2:30. I believe 2:20. So I don't know if I can serve because I'll be late. Is what I'm saying.
If you wanted to show up late, I'm sure that would be fine. I know that the early part of the consultation will likely be a lot of the catching everybody up to where we're at with that project. So like if you come after the class, it should be fine. And your input is obviously very valuable. So
Okay, then add me as well. I'll be there. Thank you.
wunderbar.
Awesome. So we'll get Chair Habit, Michael, and Director Kitab on that then. Perfect. Awesome. Back.
Do we have to like reach out or do anything, or we just gotta wait for the?
We'll forward you the invitation, and then all you got to do is click.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, in that case, we'll move on to the Belmont lighting summary, and then just before we go in camera, we'll deal with that DIC report. But yeah, take it away, Chair Habit, Michael.
I don't think it was me presenting that project, but
So I think I can speak to this.
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
that maybe that's an error on the agenda. At any rate, the Belmont operational staff is looking to kind of upgrade some of the lighting inside of that facility. And the reason that it's for discussion and not decision is because we've underspent on what the board has already approved for upgrades for that particular space. And I know that Chris Turner had did he submit a brief about that? So we're just kind of looking for discussion if there is a discussion. Otherwise, we will move forward with our day.
Anyone have any
More
questions?
lights,
for
better
Phil?
lights, baby.
Chair Habit, Michael.
yeah, just a clarification question. Is the Belmont open at the moment? Is it operating or is it closed?
Yeah. No, if it was closed, that would be shocking news to me.
Oh,
But yes,
okay.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. I think I read the brief from them. And then will this be implemented in the summer or?
Yes. Yep. So they'll close during the exam period, towards the end of the exam period in Brantford, and then ultimately do that lighting project in the spring. Yep.
Awesome. Any other questions for Phil? Awesome. I think there was another error on the agenda, actually. It's Belmont lighting summary twice, but I believe the other one was for the votes, if that's correct. The report on the election. Do we need to approve that, or is that just common knowledge?
Je ne sais pas. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the
Congratulations.
as discussed at the last meeting, the formal report of the elections is in the package. So that is available to be voted on. Basically, the board just acknowledges that it receives it. It's not necessarily approved, but it's received.
Okay. Well, So then, yeah, I guess for motion that the board of directors has received and acknowledged. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Can I get a motion that the board of directors have received and acknowledged the 2026 results of the election? Motion by Chair Lulia, Chair Habermichael, seconded by Director Murphy. Any discussion on the matter? Perfect. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all of those in favor? All right, perfect. Motion passes 0-0 to 8. All right, we will move on to the DIC report, which I'll just very quickly skim over. So the Direct Inspection Committee for GP2K and GP2C was struck at our last meeting. It consisted of myself, Chair Habermichael, and Director Anas. And we found that GP2K, we reported the policy as compliant. There were no material issues with the effectiveness of the policy. However, I and the other committee members just have a couple of clarification questions for Phil and Ian. First question being in terms of referencing major capital projects, is there a certain financial or operational threshold that a project is interpreted as a major, or does that just go without saying?
So I can kind of provide an answer that links the two questions together. I don't know if it'll fully satisfy, but
Yeah.
if you look at executive limitation 2G, communication and support to the board, point 13, it does indicate that shall not operate without providing reports to the board on any current or outstanding capital projects with budgets over $10,000 up to and including their completion. So in the in that EL, which kind of governs the communication, it kind of links back. So I think you could extrapolate out that the capital projects, consistent with how we normally deal with things, are kind of anything over and above that $10,000 mark triggers the communication back to the board, and also already has that request for updates if there are projects ongoing. So I don't know if that fully satisfies, but that's the kind of corresponding piece to the DIC policy.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. Yeah, that kind of answered both of the questions, because the second question was if there was that, if there was to implement a update period. Chair Habermichael, do you have any other comments on it? I think that answers both of my questions, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Well, then now we can go ahead and motion to head into our in-camera session that includes the public eye view on this. Can I get a motion that the board of directors move to the in-camera session? Motion by Director Katab, seconded by Director Bilodeau. Any discussion? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all of those in favor? Motion passes 0-0 to 8.